What is index based collection in C Sharp? If you're interested to see the same video in Hindi, link is in the video description. Alright guys. So we have already discussed about array and array list in our all previous video. Now this is the interview question which asked during the most of the fresher students, also for the experienced person. So you can see that this array and array list, both of them are belong to the index based collection. So one of the important question is array and array list is belong to what? So both of them are belong to the index base, because here if you are interested to access the value of a 10 and 20 or of 222 or 356, we need to pass the index. This index is basically generated by the system. So let me run this application. You can see that when you pass over here as a of 0, line number 15, you can see, so it shows me 10, and over here oa of 0, that means 1 to 1. If I change the value from 2, and if I change the index to 2 over here, manually string, and here 1, and same way if I change the index from 0 to 1, it will change the value. So let me run this page again. You can see that now it shows me 3563 and 20, because in the array and array list, whenever you are interested to access the value, it will try to point it out with the use of a index. That means the things which is generated by the system itself. Okay, now here is my code, and this is the interview question was asked during one of my students who had given the C sharp interview, and this was the question was asked to him. Let's say I have a teacher class. Here in the line number 24, 25, and 26, I have created the object, assign the value to it. Same way for the object 1, assign the value to it. In line number 33, created the object of an array list. In line number 34, assign the value of obj, that means the obj of a 1 and test. And on the line number 2, I need to pass obj1 over here, and you can see that if I in the line number 36, sorry 35, assign the value of a obj1. That means that whenever you assign and pass the index of 0, you mean and means that okay, whenever you print console.write line, what will happen is that this objal, that means the object of array list, will try to print the value which is present on the index of 0, and you imagine that it will print 1 and test. So let me run this application and run it over here. Saved and run this application. Now you can see that what is going on over here. Whenever the line number 36 gets executed, it basically display yt leg for C sharp, that means the namespace and the teacher. See, here is the my namespace. So this is the namespace. You can see line number 5. It shows me the namespace dot teacher, that means the class name. Now why these things happen? So here, whenever you pass the index of 0, that means that you are trying to display the full object. So it is a basically when this line gets executed, it will see that what type of value gets assigned. So here we are completely assigned the value of a object. Now what is happening is that whenever you assign the object and try to print it using the index, what will happen? It will try to call the toString method of the system.object, the namespace, the library. Now this is the system.object will be inherited in all the class. So what will happen is that when this line get executed, the toString method gets executed, and this toString method will basically display the namespace and the class. When this line gets executed, what will happen is that toString method gets executed, and it will display the namespace and the class to whom this object belongs to it. So here the obj is belong to the teacher class, that's why it shows me the namespace dot teacher. Now the next question may be asked to you is that what will happen if I'm interested to display the one and the test, what I supposed to do? So at that time you need to write this type of a code, a kind of a, in for the freshers perspective, I can say that a casting kind, you need to give a meaningful name, that okay, on the 0 index display the id and display the name. So now let me run it again, and you can see that when this code runs, just because of the we have specified that this objal of a teacher pointed out the id, it will display the one, and same for the name. Now another tricky questions may be asked to you, that What if I'm not interested to write this type of a code, right? Again I repeat, what if I'm not interested to display this type of a code? What you need to do? Can we do something tricky? So at that time, what is happening? We need to write this type of a code. We need to override our toString method basically, which is exist in system.object. Here inside the teacher class, whenever you are trying to execute the value of an index of a 0, which is basically pointed out to the object, this object is belong to the teacher class. When this line gets executed, it will try to call the toString method which is present in the teacher class. Here based on our requirement we have modified the toString method, and when again you run this application, you have specified toString method inside the teacher class. So that's why it will display the id and name. So this type of questions, either you can give the answer that you can manually specify your teacher class and then the property name, or inside the inside your class just specify the toString method with the override keyword, and you are good to go. You are able to display the value of your array list. So see it, now it shows me 1 and test. If I change the index from 0 to 1, it will display me the 2 and test. It will display me the 2 and tested. So this type of a tricky questions may be asked during your interview question and interview C# interview. So I hope you like this video. Don't forget to subscribe and keep watching. Thank you very much.